yo.
Yo,
Yo.
everybody set.
Yep.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. It's Tuesday night, which means it's Island Bars football talk. We're back in the building for the end of week 10. It's a pleasure to have everybody back. We got your three hosts in the building. You got C Money representing the San Francisco 49ers. You got representing Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm Streeter representing the Carolina Panthers. So, guys, week 10 is over. We had some good, some bad, some uglies. We'll talk about 49ers game, Eagles game, talk about some other games around the NFL. We'll give out our game balls and trash bags, and then a little game picks for Thursday night's game, which is Tennessee versus Green Bay. But like I said, had some good, which is the Panthers winning, the 49ers winning. Then we had some bad, which is the Eagles losing last night, and then we had some ugly, which we had the Raiders losing to Jeff Saturday. So you had some good, some bad, some ugly, but
Nasty. That's nasty. Losing Jeff Saturday. That's nasty.
exactly. So you got some good, some bad, some ugly. Well, we'll start with the good, which was Sunday night's game with the 49ers and Chargers, and then we're gonna shift over to Phillies game last night. So Shane, what you got to say about your game?
The game was a little stressful in the beginning. I think the team came out flat coming off of the bye, but we were playing injured Chargers, which I don't really feel for them because we were injured before, weeks before. I think they had a good game plan in the beginning. I think they had a good game plan in the beginning. They were playing a lot of pressure on our team. They were putting 5, 6. They were playing 5 linemen down, 6 linemen down, sometimes 8 in the box. Trying to stuff the double-headed run that Shanahan was calling up. And for some reason, Shanahan would not come off running the ball. He just stayed to the game plan. And I wish that when he see 5 to 6 man line up in the backfield, somebody would call an audible and split one of the backs out as a wide receiver when we start dumping off the ball behind the linebacker's head. But that's for another day. We had a lot of mistakes, a lot of errors, fumbles, penalties going on in the first half, and we gave up 16 points. But in the second half, different game. I think what it was, no points from the Chargers, completely shut down. Made Austin Eckler just completely disappear out of the game. He had no effect in the game in the second quarter. And Justin Hubbard disappeared as well too. So complete domination by the defense. And then the offense just went on the field, score what we needed to win, and the game 22-16. Biggest takeaway of that game, a lot of people saying we can't beat no 500 team. I don't care if they were injured. They still had a good team. They still out there putting up points. They got Justin Hubbard. We now back in second place in the West. The Seahawks lost, so we gain advantage on them. And we're going to Mexico City to play Arizona Cardinals to see what happens next while we getting back healthy player. The next news coming out is that Eric Armstead might be ready to go this week. If he practice Thursday, he gonna go Mexico with us. So we get back that stuff in the middle and defense getting back to almost 100% strength. So that's all I can say on the game. I ain't want to really talk about the referees yet. I can wait till after KG talk about his game, and then I want to have a little, maybe a 5-minute conversation about the referee, the officiating this week 10.
It was.
I think I want to have just a little conversation on that.
It starts from week 1, so I wouldn't talk too much about it. It
Yeah,
starts from week 1, so I wouldn't start
all year.
Yeah, I wouldn't start on no 5 minute conversation with them because they've been doing shit from week one. So
Jesus Christ.
they ain't change.
But we can see again, going back to the game again, Jimmy is still playing like so for us. You know what I'm saying? Flawless, another flawless performance by Jimmy. And a lot of people praising him. Jimmy actually throwing away the ball. He ain't trying to force the ball in the middle of the field and trying to intercept like this. Like last time this year, Jimmy must have done had what 10 interceptions, 12 interceptions. I think he got 4 this year, right now.
Yeah, wrong there.
We still struggling a little bit, but I think it's just because Kyle getting back the players and trying to figure out, how to fit the game plan together. We in the red zone 5 times, only touched them twice, only had 2 touchdowns. With the kind of personnel we got, we should be having a touchdown every time we go down in the red zone. You could run it, you could dump it off, you could do all kind of things on there. And to go down there 5 times and only come up with 2 touchdowns, I think that's kind of something that we need to work on. And then I would like to see down the road for I like to see not wait till the second half to make an adjustment. I think we need to make adjustments by the second quarter to see that defense, because the defense ain't really play bad. We had 2 blown coverages right after the beginning of the game. The jump. Funga made a bad. I don't know what he do, but he owned up to it. But I don't know what he was thinking about. You the safety and you pointing to somebody else like somebody else back there behind you. I know what was going on. The next one was on Greenlaw leaving. I think it was Everett coming out the back off the lane, down the field wide open. Another blown coverage again. Those are the 2 big blown coverages. I think those are the 2 big things that lead them. Well, one was a touchdown, and then the other one lead to another field goal. I think they had 1 touchdown in a bunch of field goals after that. So, and then after that, the defense clamped down. But it take not till the second half. I was almost getting worried that we were going to lose that game because we were just playing flat. We were getting a lot of penalties. We were getting a lot of bad calls. We were getting a lot of missed calls, and it almost, not to talk ahead, but it almost looked like the Eagles and us were playing like the same game like this week together. Just come out flat, careless, undisciplined, turning over the ball and stuff like that. So hopefully we shake that out, we getting healthy, and we go forward from now on. So I ready for the next.
All 3 of us watched the game. You got anything? What you saw about that game from your perspective?
That defensive coordinator, he don't have a feel for the game. Honestly.
Who?
Honestly.
I was
Jonathan
gonna say,
Gann.
Not your game. The 49ers game.
Oh, shit. They're ready to jump in this shit tonight. You hear me? Jesus, wait. But for that 49ers game Sunday night, you gotta give the defensive coordinator Brandon Staley, right? For the
D'Amico?
no,
You
the
got
defensive coordinator for the Chargers.
Staley is the head coach.
Still is a head coach. I can't remember who
Yeah.
the defensive coordinator
But
is.
the coordinator, the game plan that they came out with in that game, both offensively and defensively, too, at the same time. You were down one of your best corners, but who was supposed to be your best corners? You were down one of your best pass watchers. You were down defensive tackles. You were down your 2 best offensive tackles. You down your 2 best offensive weapons, and to still go there and still be competitive, still have the lead in the first half. You know what I mean? Still be somewhat dominant. You gotta give credit to coaching. You gotta give credit to coaching. At some point in the second half, you see that where the Fernandez talent took over and they did what they did. They did what they had to do. But you can see that the reason why the Chargers lose that game is because they were a less talented team. Pretty much.
That's a game. So that's basically a game from the 49ers that you just can't lose.
Right, exactly.
Unfortunately, the Chargers get the 49ers on a game that they banged up and bruised.
Right.
That ain't the 49ers business. They can't afford to lose that game. And give Justin Herbert credit for staying there and trying to win the game, but you can only do it for so long with limited talent. Eventually, once the 49ers started putting foot down and say enough is enough, then you would have seen the Chargers run out of steam because Again, them come out strong. They had that big play, the first drive, run march down the field easy. They were competitive, but when it's crunch time and you need them third down catches and them big plays, Jordan Palmer ain't getting it here. Jevil Everett, he get injured later too, so
Yeah,
that
yeah,
make it
yeah.
even worse.
Right.
And if my game plan is to stop Eckler and Eckler got nowhere to go, somebody else got to step up, and
Mm-hmm.
nobody else gonna step up on that team without Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. So
DeAndre Carter
I,
ain't enough.
Right.
exactly. So,
Oh,
so I think the Niners knew that, and they probably played. They probably took the game at the starting for granted because they know they were so better than Bruce. So that, but in the second half, you're gonna see they put their foot down and say, you know, enough is enough. And like I said, the finals got a lot of weapons. They got weapons all over the field. Debo, Elijah, Christian, Kittle, Ayuk. Then third down man is Jennings.
Yeah, Joanne.
Juwan Jennings.
Joan Jennings. So
Yeah.
you got people all over. There's no reason that team shouldn't be scoring close to 30 points a game. They got a lot of people on that team.
I
They
agree.
they should be scoring close to 30 points a game. There's no reason they should be fighting the Chargers defense and keeping that game close. They should have blown that. But like you said, they come off a boy. Some teams start look at the starting and then kick it on. So hopefully it was just a little brush off the little extra week off and get ready to play next week. But I mean, no one here picked the Chargers to win the game. So it was close, it was competitive, like KG said, but at the end of the day, he didn't expect the Chargers to. If they had win that game, then we would all be on the show saying something definitely wrong with the 49ers that they lose that game
Yeah, I
right
wouldn't
there.
have been an issue.
Because I mean, Justin Howard's elite. He made some good throws, but then, like I say, in the crunch times, you need people to make catches. You need people to get open.
Yeah, you need
If Jordan Palmer's your number one receiver, then nobody getting open.
exactly.
So he did all he could. It's just it is what it is. And then the Chargers had another Sunday night clash next week against the Chiefs. So I think Mike Williams and those guys are gearing up for that
Yeah.
showdown.
Yeah.
So we'll
Keenan
see what
Allen, man.
happens with them. I think both of them aiming for that week
Oh,
for next week Sunday. So that crucial division matchup because if the Chiefs do win that game, the Chiefs gone up by like 3 games in that
hmm.
division. So plus the tiebreakers over them. So you kind of just fighting for a wild card after that.
Yeah.
So but credit to the 49ers, like she said, they're in second place because the Seahawks are last. Who you guys playing next week, season?
Arizona in Mexico.
So now and then they got a division game coming up, Arizona in Mexico. So it's time that they see the division right there for the taking. And
Right.
like we say on our preview show, we'll preview that game and we'll see how it goes with any injuries or anything. But Shane got the win. The 49ers got the win, which was the good part. We're gonna shift it to the bad part, which happened on Monday night, where everybody thought the Eagles are gonna walk over Tyler Heineke led Washington, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. The Eagles came up short. Uh, Everybody got their own reasoning for it, but I like KG give his reasoning because he done gear up ready to go on it. So KG, you go ahead, KG. You take it over.
First things first. The NFL need to fire all officials who officiate that game.
I
All,
agree. I agree.
all, all.
Mine,
But
my team too.
but neither here nor there, the Eagles was in prime position to win that game. So even though the officiating was horrible, they were still in position to win that game.
But wait,
But
just one thing. How come nobody wanted to fire the official when them cast us the first 2 games of the season? Ah, bye. Go
but
ahead.
I mean, Jonathan Gannon, I've been preaching it on the show since last year. At some point, you have to know when to make adjustments for the whole game. The game plan for Washington was the past 2 games of Washington. They were I think they're probably the top team in rushing so far in 50% rushing.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
So
Yeah.
you know,
yeah.
right? Exactly. So you know the game what the Washington game plan was. to run the friggin' football.
Yep.
So at some point, as a defensive coordinator, don't you think you should have at least stuffed the box? You are playing a Tyler Heineke who can't beat you with his arm. He ain't a Patrick Mahomes. He ain't a Josh Allen. So you stuff the box. Play bump and run. You can't be you can't be there. Keep all night. He was playing a 4-man front, 2-zone shell, quarters, cover 6. You can't be playing there. They're gonna eat you alive. Fletcher Cox is not Fletcher Cox of old. He's an old player now. You know what I mean? So at some point, help out the player. Stuff the box. You can't be in nickel all game. At some point, bring in a third linebacker. Don't have Washington running down. It was Washington had what? 12. Washington was what 12 for 19 and third downs. That's horrible as a defensive coordinator. You can't be allowing that. Washington had a football 40 minutes in that game.
Yep.
To the Eagles 19. That's the recipe for the Eagles. Keep their offense off the field. But as a defensive coordinator, you got to make your defense marry the offense. Look at the Kansas City Chiefs. What does what's his name? I forget.
Mahomes?
Steve Spagnuolo. No,
Oh,
Steve
Spagnuolo.
Spagnuolo. Right. You understand? Steve Spagnuolo makes sure that he gets the opposing offense off the field so that offense can get back on the field and goes and score points. You know what I'm saying? He brings pressure. This is what Jonathan Gannon needs to do. Bring pressure. And this is what I'm scared of because we're going to go into the playoffs and the same nonsense is going to happen. And he probably won't adjust. You saw it last week when they played the Texans. Damian Pierce had 137 rushing yards for and 20 something carries. You knew that watching them come into that game and run the football again, and you still make no adjustments.
You got a lot of analysts saying that the Texans probably exposed something on the Eagles.
You still make no adjustments. So it's either you're in acknowledging it or you're just a dunce.
So you think that loss to Jordan Davis is a big blow?
Yeah,
It's a
I
blow.
hear a lot of people say that. Since
It's
John
a blow.
Davis leave, you can't stop.
But everybody has injuries right about now. You understand? Everybody has injuries right about now. It's all about making adjustments. He tried to make adjustments. He do not run blitz, nothing. Tell her Heineke was comfortable in the pocket all night. The only time, I think even that interception he threw, it was a comfortable pocket. It was a nice, decent pocket. It's just that he couldn't get the ball over to Terry McLaurin because he doesn't have the arm. I think he only did one blitz. He only played bump and run one time. This game in on the offense. This game in on the officials. This game on defensive coordinator. Straight off the bat. I mean, the offense will not be mistake free for the whole year. You understand? You're gonna have bumps and bruises in the road. You understand? They won't be able to maybe they won't be able to be have a game where they're scoring 20 and 30 points a game and stuff like that. They will have some bumps and bruises. It will happen. It's football. It will happen. You saw it with the Jets and the Bills. You're gonna have some bumps and bruises. But at the same time, your defense also has to step up. And this is what I'm scared of now because I don't think Jonathan Gannon can adjust. He's not showing it. I ain't blaming the offense. I ain't blaming the officials. I'm blaming that defensive coordinator.
So the whole blame goes on Gannon.
Yeah, Jonathan Gannon. You cannot let. I'm blaming the offense. The offense had a half day. That's okay. That's understandable. That's understandable. They had a half day. Okay. But Jonathan Gannon, at some point, you can just let Washington run and run and run and run. Everybody watching cable. Everybody in that stadium know that Washington was going to run the ball up the middle.
See, Washington trying to expose their
Af-
Washington.
After the first couple drives, everybody knew Washington was going to run the ball up the middle, and he did nothing.
All Washington trying to do is to run with Jordan Davis used to be for the same reason you say Fletcher Cox ain't the Fletcher Cox are old.
Right.
Jordan Davis was an important part of stopping the run.
So
Now it
counter
look
it.
now it look like you guys can't stop nothing.
So counter it. Counter it. Counter it. You can't have Darius Slay sitting back playing zone coverage, sitting back playing 10 yards off. That's not his game. The game against the Vikings, what did you do? You played bump and run against Justin Jefferson. Why you didn't do that? Stop being scared. He's coaching scared. Stop coaching scared. Coach like you know football. Coach like you know the game. And even Nick Sirianni said in his press conference, they took too long to make adjustments.
Yeah.
But that's why they got to roll with.
So you know what's happening next week? You know who he played next week? You're playing Jonathan Taylor next week.
Or the Colts.
Right. You're playing Jonathan Taylor next week. So if you don't make the right adjustments in that run game,
run up all along your face.
He gonna put 200 yards on you. You understand? You know who you having later down the line after that? You got Derrick Henry, right? After that, you got AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones. You got Saquon. You got Pollard. Fix it.
I think the difference with that game next week, I don't know who you're throwing the ball to. At least you could see you're trying to cut is Samuel and McLaren. I don't know who on the Colts you're gonna throw that ball to. If you don't stop the run there, something definitely wrong because the Colts got absolutely nobody to throw the ball to.
That defensive coordinator is gonna be the death of me. I keep saying it. I said it last year. Last year, I gave him a chance because he had talent. No, you got talent. Use it. Do stunts. Do different things. Okay. Look at look at that game with the 49ers and the Chargers. Chargers only had a whole bunch of talent on defense. But what did they do? They did stunts. Yep. They changed up the scheme a little bit. They showed different coverages, different looks. That's what good defensive coordinators do. They made the game competitive. Simple as that. Simple. The offense has just have an half game. I ain't blaming on the offense. The offense had a half game. AJ Brown didn't look like himself. Quez Watkins had a crazy fumble. What's his name? Dallas got a fumble and a face mask play. The official did they had to do boom boom bap whatever. I mean, it is what it is. But defense, come on, you got to be better than that, man. You got to be better than that. Put your players in position to be successful. Come on, you got them. The only reason why, and I've been saying it for the longest, the only reason why this defense is good because you have talent. It's not because of defensive coordinator. Talent trumps coaching, and you've seen it right now. It's not because defensive coordinator, it's because there's talent. Simple. And if that won't change, they probably might make playoffs, but they won't win a playoff game. Because if you make playoffs, you face Brady. What Brady gonna do? If you make playoffs, you face Kyle Shanahan. What he gonna do? You understand? If you make playoffs again, you might have to face the Vikings again with that same bullshit. What do you think they're gonna do? Regardless if Jordan Davis is back or not.
So
come on, man. He got to be better.
Well, what are your thoughts on the game? Again, we all up watching it. This week was a perfect week for all of us to watch all three of our team games. Everybody had prime time. What do you think about it? What you thought about it?
I agree. 110% with KG about the defensive coordinator. I didn't understand why he was playing that. When you playing a Heineke, in that's a running team, and you playing 10, 15 yards off the ball, and leaving Heineke just drop the ball off, got time to throw the ball. You don't send no blitz. You see a pressure your front foot ain't getting no pressure on. You don't send no blitz. You just leaving him do what he want back there, and you ain't try to make no adjustment. So I agree 110% that the defense coordinator should have made adjustment, and I think he caused them that game. On the other hand, too, the offense were off, you know, but then too the critical turnovers, you know what I'm saying? That Quez Watkins fumble was crucial. That was crucial. The Gerard fumble, I ain't gonna blame that Gerard because that should have been a penalty. The man get pulled on by his face, man, ass full up inside. He even get injured on that playing out.
Like
You know,
the
representing
fumble happened because of the face mask. You know what I mean? So
right. So it's like you ain't even call that. I think Hurts had a bad night. I think that was his first bad night for the season, and I don't know why he was rushing. He wasn't reading the field. He wasn't going through progression. And so yeah, the offense had a bad night. They just play flat, and you have them kind of games. That's the game you want to get out the way. No, it ain't want to happen later. It was just that time for them to get it. The bad thing is, the bad thing is that this is a game that you should have win.
Right.
I'd rather you get a bad game against the Packers or the Titans or somebody like that, not against the game that you should have win.
Right.
And the problem I got right now is that you might be trending because you didn't look too hot against the Texans, and you don't look too hot now against the Commanders. And next week now you're gonna play the Colts. No, don't leave just Saturday go there now and tweet the Eagles look horrible and then beat Diana.
Is that defensive coordinator? The offense will be back. The offense won't have that game twice in a row. The offense will be back. It's that defensive coordinator. The reason why he has looked good is because the Eagles has had leads. So then after when you have leads, what are you gonna do? You're gonna sit back and let your defense just do their thing. But when you're behind now, you know what I mean? And now you have to actually play defense. Now you're actually gonna have to fully call a game, make adjustments. You've seen the weakness, you've seen his weaknesses. I don't understand how he's a head coaching candidate.
Usually when they got a best record.
No, don't tell me that bullshit.
But that's what happened. Everybody does this.
Don't tell me that bullshit. You can see he don't understand. He's in a blitz for the whole night. Not one night he call a blitz. Not one night he call a blitz. For the past 2 games, he probably only called 2 blitzes for the past 2 games. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I know football much, but not at some point when you know your defense struggling, you got to change up certain things and call different blitzes, right? And add in a few trinkles and something there to give your team some kind of hope.
You see, you know what Gannon problem is? Gannon know that he got a lot of stars on his team, right? So he expect them stars to do everything without doing nothing else. So
Right.
he know he got what you call it? He know he got a Darius Slay and Bradbury. He don't need to shadow nobody. He know he got Hassan Reddick and Hargrave and them. Why am I sending pressure when I got 4 elite rushers that could get at the quarterback and them? That's his mindset, and that's also his downfall. Because you still need pressure when team walking. You still need to do this and to do that. So he needs to fix that part. Because right now he's playing with that mentality that I got Fletcher Cox, I got Hargrave, I got Hassan Reddick, I got Josh Sweat. Why is sending pressure when I got 4 elite players up there? Why are they not getting pressure on their own? And some people fall into that that little trap or allowing those players to do it. Why that don't always work? So that's the issue. So he probably gonna make an adjustment. He needs to. But I think one thing good for you too is that little undefeated knives in our head gone.
Gone, yeah.
now you could concentrate on just having football because no, everybody before the pregame show, everybody watching the schedule. Who gonna be the Eagles? This and that, this and that.
Yeah, that's
Oh, the
right.
Eagles gonna go undefeated. Right now, nobody talking about that no more. Let's just play football. Let's just secure the number one seed. We ain't trying to break no records. So the last could have probably been a blessing in the sky, but let's just concentrate on
In the
football now.
last, I don't really care about the last one. No. I care about what I saw from my defensive coordinator. That's what I care about. Is what is that's what's troublesome right now. Is what I saw from the defensive coordinator for the whole game, not just a half, not just a quarter, for the whole game.
So that's
That's
something
that's
you need to
that's what's
fix
troublesome.
because didn't look like he going nowhere no time soon. So
Right.
I better fix it.
So you better fix it next week. If Jonathan Taylor going for 200.
And the ice might go for 300.
That even there. If you leave Jonathan Taylor go for three, and ice, Jonathan Taylor go for two, and ice go for three, I might make it on a show. I might be in Philadelphia looking for Jonathan Gannon. I might be up in Philly that Sunday.
Can't let the ice go.
You're gonna know from the Ollies because if he come out and he show that soft zone,
He
10,
will.
15 yard back,
He will.
why? Against who? Against what receivers?
Because
That's my thing about it.
he's a stooge.
You playing Jonathan Taylor, you gonna play 15 yards back?
Stuff that box. Pittman ain't gonna beat you. You can't have Pittman beat you. You can't have those other guys beat you. I mean, who else they got out there?
And that's my thing about it. You know it's only Jonathan Taylor. If you leave Jonathan Taylor run a muck on you, then something severely wrong with that team.
Curtis Samuel won this, the Commanders won the same play with Curtis Samuel twice.
4 times.
4 times, right?
Yeah, but he only threw to him twice.
And he even switched it up. He even tried to blitz nothing. You want to tell me that he not stooge? If my dumb ass could sit down here and look at it and say, Jesus Christ, change it. You don't think you should change it? He this, if I get a piece of paper, this is Jonathan Gannon play chart. This he play chart right here. This he play chart right here.
Mm-hmm.
That size. How the hell you gonna make adjustments with a play chart that size?
Well, how football will work, right? Is when you start off playing football, you have scripted plays. Okay, you watch the film, you have your scripted
Right.
plays. Usually you have 10 to 15 scripted plays. Then after that, you're supposed to make adjustments and adjust after your scripted plays, like try a little
Right.
wiggle in your scripted plays. You
Right.
can't come out there and run your same defense every down. You don't think that professional football other coaches ain't gonna pick you apart.
The thing is, again, I see him come out in a cover 6. You come out there in a flat cover 6. You just showing cover 6. One cornerback playing high, other cornerback playing low. You got your linebackers playing in the middle. Boom, your safety's playing up top. You ain't showing nothing else. You ain't think Heineken can see that? That's easy to beat. You ain't showing no disguise. You ain't showing nothing else. You ain't showing a blitz to his where you could say, let me blitz a linebacker, show a blitz, drop back in coverage, boom, confuse him. None of that. It was just a regular vanilla type of defense. I getting tired of this bend don't break nonsense. You know? I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. You know what happened last night? You bend and you got broken.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened last night. You got to bring pressure. You have to bring pressure. There's no way Heineke was supposed to be that comfortable in that game. He was too comfortable in the game. But we'll see what happens next week. We'll see what happens next week. Again, I ain't blaming the offense. It's not on the loss. It's on the defensive coordinator because what could happen in the near future? What could happen if you do make the playoffs? What could happen if you do make championship game? What can happen if you do make the Super Bowl? You understand? It's about making the adjustments. Suppose a team comes out doing certain things in the first half. Then after come out in the second half and does whatever, and you still didn't make adjustments. Boom, you're gonna lose the Super Bowl. Happens in an NFC Championship game, you will lose a championship game. If it happens in the playoffs, you will lose that playoff game. So you gotta be snappy on your feet, think on your feet. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so he can do it.
He ain't showing it. He ain't showing it. I need to see him do it. I need to see him do it. I ain't blaming the offense. Offense had a bad game. I ain't blaming the officials. That's the officials. They do what the hell they gotta do. Boom, whatever. But the defensive coordinator, man, come on, man. Come on. You gotta be better.
All right, so I mean, we all watch it. Shane, you got anything to add on there?
And I don't know to add on the on the game itself. I want to get ahead of officials.
You can't go at the officials.
I want to get ahead of officials.
It's been a year long thing. It only that game.
You gonna let me get ahead of officials, eh? Because
I can't let it go at the officials. It's been going on for the whole year. They had all these games got some
I
questionable
just
calls.
know
well, a
they need to get fired.
peak in this week, and it ain't start with my game, you know. Cause remember we watching the game. It ain't start with my game. We watched the Vikings and the Green Bay game.
Well, just going to no Vikings and Bills.
Vikings and the Bills. You watch
So
the
that's
Vikings
all.
and the game.
I was just going to say it ain't only them. They got some that catch with Gabe Davis was you them kind of stuff. That's what I say. It ain't only your game. It going on for weeks now, from week one. So
You happen to the Panthers
Like I say,
damn, the Panthers.
it peaked this week, and it started from 1 o'clock. It ain't end till 12 o'clock last night.
Mm-hmm.
The Bills in the Vikings game, busted car, bad car. My game, I can't even remember what happened 4 o'clock, but I know I got a bad car somewhere in the 4 o'clock game somewhere. My game last night, since when the NFL started ejecting players.
That was the
There's some new rule them got now.
No. I've been watching Sports Center all day today. That rule been there since 20.
I think if it's two personal fouls,
Yes,
you get
two personal fouls, you get ejected.
Right.
So that he first one. Okay, you don't have
Right.
targeting in the NFL, you know. Targeting is not the NFL. So you call Greenlaw for helmet-to-helmet contact. Fine. It was helmet-to-helmet contact. Right?
Right.
It was. Give me my 15 yards. It wasn't he wasn't trying to injure the guy. He wasn't trying to think. He didn't
Wasn't
leave
head on
it.
him. Yeah.
It was not direct. I've seen worse helmet-to-helmet hits than what Greenlaw gave Hubbard last night. The fact that you have Jimmy Ward hitting Hubbard from the other side and then forced him into Greenlaw, which caused the helmet-to-helmet because then forced Hubbard down and Greenlaw going down. Greenlaw leading with his shoulder and they happen to collide head-to-head. And you call malicious content and then kick him out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's all star linebacker. One of our star linebackers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so all day I looking to see if the NFL gonna come up with a statement. All day looking to see if NFL gonna fine him, because usually when that happens, you get fined. All day looking to see if they're gonna suspend him.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't seen nothing. You know what I seen all day? BS call, biggest bullshit call, biggest crap of shit. That's all I seen. And not from 49ers fan. That's from coaches. That's from everybody else. The league turning stupid in its eye because of this tour shit. You know what I'm saying? You could call that. You could see that. I ain't even get to your game yet, but you're gonna miss the face mask on Brandon Ayuk when he fumbled the ball. You missed the helmet-to-helmet on Brandon Ayuk when he fumbled the ball.
It happened last night. Yeah.
You don't see that. Then we're gonna go to KG game. Got that pull down head, twist, tongue down in his belly. The back judge in the friggin' replay. The camera over the back judge shoulder, you know. And the camera showing it. You missed that. But you can call Heineke willfully giving up himself on the ground, knowing that he can get hit. We have to use common sense. You can't have a man stop when he running full speed at a quarterback. It's the same thing. I don't agree with the sliding shit.
He gone.
Oh, he there. He there.
The Heineke give up himself on the ground, knowing that he was gonna get hit. You don't think Heineke he was gonna do what he was doing?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Brandon Graham tried to ease up. I mean, he knows what it is. What you do about it? What you do about it?
The KG, the people I'm looking at and say, okay, yeah, he hit him, yeah, they gonna call that, but why you want to defend him? Brandon Graham come over sliding on his knees, you know. Ain't like he run over there, you know. He was sliding on his knees, you know. So what else you supposed to do when momentum and velocity take? You cannot defy physics. You can't. The officiating crew get better. They talk about the officiating crews that get graded every week by what them do. I guarantee every game had an F. Every freaking NFL game had an F. It was the trashiest week of football I see in my life.
Like I say, it been going on for a long time. A lot of weeks, a lot of games getting decided by officiating calls, and
that shouldn't be the case.
It's something that been going on too long now. The NFL gotta do something about it. But I know there's a saying that we say don't put ourselves in a position for the NFL to decide a game for you.
True.
So
that's that. I mean, and that's the reason why we blame them.
They just put the game in their hands, like the Gabe Davis thing. You know what I'm saying? Under 2 minutes, no review come for that. That's bullshit. The ejection for Greenlaw. These ain't stuff that you put in the referee's hand. The referees putting themselves out there in making the calls or making stupid calls. The Goddard fumble. That was the referee should have called it. That was a crucial part of the game as well.
That I think that was a momentum shift because Washington got the fumble.
You see, if the referee can go back and look at a turnover,
they should be able to go back and look at
they should be go back and see that the face mask is what caused the turnover. That's a rule they need to change in the NFL. If you change that.
Didn't they had a year them try that where you could have challenged the penalty?
But they couldn't even get that right.
Only the pass interference.
The pass interference.
They couldn't even get that right.
No, it's still there now. It's still there. It's just that it hardly does get overturned. It hardly ever does get overturned. Because if the call on the field is an interception, it's hard for it to get overturned. And coaches realize that, man, I just waste no time like that. I ain't going to challenge it and I can't win it. That's what's been going on. So we got to understand how things is here. But I do believe that they need to change that nonsense there. If I going to watch if I going to go and see a replay that show a turnover and it show a clear face mask,
you should be able to call it.
You're supposed to say, okay, face mask on the thing, 15-yard penalty or offsetting penalties, and we do the dung and them kind of stuff. You can because imagine I a referee watching the replay on there, big turnover, and a man nearly rip off my neck and he injured out on the field. How I feel as a referee looking at that?
Exactly.
So, like I said, after our game against the Bronx, remember what they say? Oh, the Panthers should have been credited with intentional grounding and this and that. But it ain't gonna help us because the game done.
The game done already, exactly. Game over.
So,
you lost. I mean,
exactly. I don't come tell me that after as if it gonna make me feel better.
Exactly.
So I don't know. But I mean, just don't get put there. But you can't run from these referees. We know on Tuesday or so they're gonna come and say, oh, they should have been kind of face mask, this and that. What's not?
Nobody want to hear that shit.
So that's how I'd feel. So, but I mean, Big Ten
I mean,
is.
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
even Chancey Gardner play with and say Chancey Gardner was an unnecessary roughness when he pushed the man out of bungs. He
Yeah,
dude was
man
clearly
was
in bungs. You
man
know what I
still in
mean?
box.
Something like that. It's like
Man
you
still in
can't see
box.
that. You have a line judge. He's supposed to be able to see that. But I mean, it is what it is. We should have played better. It
Yeah, you should have played better. Yeah, but
is what it is. We should have
all
played
them kind
better.
of things just suck the life for the team. That yeah,
You
say
know,
all kind
as
of things.
as as Bill Belichick said, football is not a wrong ball, it's a odd shaped ball. Sometimes it'll bounce your way, sometimes it won't. In this case, it didn't bounce our way.
Exactly.
So I mean, let's see what comes. Move on to next week.
All right. So, with that being said, that Big Ten is almost officially in the books. Without we can't let the week slide without giving out our game balls and trash bags. What you guys want to start with? Game balls or trash bags?
Game boss.
All right.
Yeah, but going to buy.
Who you guys giving these game balls to buy?
I don't know. You know.
See, I got one, but then she ain't gonna make nine. Say I got routine, so I ain't gonna do it.
I give my game ball to the Green Bay Packers.
Oh no, baby, what is he doing?
I give it to the Packers.
We're wrong that fella, right?
I give it to the Packers. I mean, what they were on a 3 game losing streak. I think if the last game would have been a 4 game losing streak,
No, sir. I think Packers on a 5 game losing streak.
5 game losing streak, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Make it even better. A 5 game losing streak. If the last game would have been a 6 game losing streak, I think they were done at some point. They were done double digits to the Cowboys in the second half of that game. Christian Watson had a phenomenal game. 4 receptions for
Yes,
100
boy.
something yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, what 3 touchdowns? Finally, Matt LaFleur decided to run the football. Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, I think both had probably close to 200 yards rushing in that game. Probably 30 something carries. Gotta give him credit. Gotta give him credit. Game ball goes to the Green Bay Packers.
Well, my game ball goes to the new man in the NFL, Jeffrey Saturday. The guy did say that the Raiders suck, and he showed him that him suck.
I don't even want to talk about that stupid team.
So, well, uh, for a man that ain't got no kind of head coaching experience, I'm giving him that game ball
Sucks
because,
to be a Raider fans if you are a fan. Jesus Christ.
unfortunately, so I'm giving him, yeah, I'm giving him my game ball. Jeff Saturday will live good tonight, Sunday night, Monday night. You heard what he said? Great job, guys. You know what tonight, you know what tomorrow is? Victory Monday. And when he was playing, Victory Monday meant no football, no practice. It's a half day.
You
So
better practice.
um he wanted no partner. So let's keep it as that for things. Shane, who's yours?
I give him my game back to Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's a good one.
Can he pick it?
Uh,
Yes, but can he pick it? Mike Tomlin,
uh,
good performance, good show. Tomlin is trying his best with a. I don't even know if he have full team on it. Anything to do outstanding job playing the Saints. They showed out. They ain't just dominate. They dominated them actually. So like he got my game back. And with that win, Tomlin has now have beaten every team in the NFL.
that's why I get you.
That's one of the reasons.
That's why I get you.
That's one of the reasons.
That's why I get you.
I'll say that's one of the reasons.
No, that's the only reason.
That's only reason.
With the
That's
ass.
the only reason. Okay, so with game balls, what we got on the trash back side?
You could get it two
NFL
people.
officiating crew.
They could get it all together, but um, I ain't getting into the fucking stupid Raiders. They ain't deserve nothing. I gotta give it to I got I ain't deserve shit. That does a bag of
I
dog.
was gonna give them. I was gonna give them the trash bag too, but
They deserve shit.
I ain't give them that nigga.
They deserve shit. I gotta give it to Jonathan Gannon, my defensive coordinator.
I give.
You saw the game plan. You saw the nonsense against the Texans with them running the ball for 160 something yards and 30 something carries. Instead of you deciding to change up the game plan, make adjustments, get out of the stupid nickel coverage defense when you know you don't need to. Watching them playing two tight ends, two fucking receivers. You ain't gonna bring in a fucking another linebacker. You gonna bring in more meat. You gonna stop the backs. Common sense. Jonathan Gannon, trash bag. Put him in the bag stuff. Sickening.
Okay, he said
All right, I
put
give
him
it
in the back.
for real though. I give it my trash bag. It would take. I really, really, really want to give it to the Raiders. I really, 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 really want to give it to the officiating crew.
Raiders don't deserve it.
But I give my trash bag to Mariota.
Yeah, that's another one.
I don't have a clue what Mariota was doing Thursday night. Okay, he wasn't playing football.
You were playing Pee Wee. You were playing in the playground.
I seen Pee Wee quarterbacks play better than Mariota. So I don't know why he was playing. He was playing badminton because he wasn't playing football. In the decisions, if I was the coach of that team, he's another one would have get left on the bus. He wouldn't have make the bus. Like Shirley kick a couple weeks ago. You can't come over. You got to walk and Uber or something, man. You need to go ahead and think about your life because the decision making was stupid. Stupid. Trash bag. Mariota. Take him straight to the dump.
They get a little too harsh on Mariota. He
No. He deserved that.
I know. He play what?
play a fine-tuned defense there, but
I know.
let's just leave that for another thing.
That's what Joe Burrow said.
No, something went wrong there. Something went wrong there. I ain't even looking at that. My trash bag going to the Bills. You can't give up a monumental Justin Field performance like that and still lose a game. How them lose by one? You
The
can't.
kicker missed the extra point.
I'm gonna have to give to the Bills too. You can't do that. You can't do it. Justin Field been on a tear the past few weeks. We ride the man with a win.
And in
You
fantasy,
can't do it. You cannot do that to the. I mean, I like the Lions, but you cannot do that to Justin Fields. So, everybody on the Bills except Justin Fields get my chest back. I got it.
but he threw a pick six.
That's okay. It happens. It happens. Look at Josh Allen. Josh Allen made that throw against the Vikings in overtime. It happens. It happens. So, but no, I'll give it. Justin Field playing okay. He mine right now the past few weeks.
That's true.
They finally started to utilize him the right way. The guy could use his legs. I tell you, this Getz fella, who he was, I think he was the Packers
Opposite.
quarterback coach or something. No, Hackett was the offensive coordinator for us, and he was like the pass game coordinator, quarterback or something. He had this offense running like he got Aaron Rodgers back there. Them say he finally decided to change it. He had a head of his ass. He finally started to change it. No, he making Justin Fields use his legs both. Justin Fields is a dual threat. When you get dual threat, you could do all kind of things.
Can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
Can you tell Jonathan Gannon to get his head out the ass too?
That's up to you. That's your team, not my team.
Jesus Christ.
We'll see what happens on thing. But like I said, week 10 is in the books with one more thing. Who win these picks?
I was gonna wait because
think she did win the game.
Only you had pick Carolina Thursday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still had some bad things. This weekend mock up a little bit too, you know.
I don't want to pick the Steelers.
So with that, she did win the picks.
Wow.
With eight correct picks. Let me do a recount. 2, 3.
Don't recount getting got me lose, you know.
Yeah, you 8 picks. KG had 7, I had 6.
Keep the chain moving.
Well, he bet on the Colts. The Colts, yeah.
Yeah, he bet on the
I
Colts.
told I so, but I went on the radar. I told I
He
just
bet on the
had to delete.
Colts. He bet on the Colts. He bet on the Lions.
Raiders need to leave the NFL.
Oh yeah, you went on the Bears, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Raiders need to leave the NFL. Come
So
on to the
she
NFL. They mean the NFL team.
did won the picks.
So congratulations to me for winning the picks. Let's see if I could go 2 for 2.
He congratulated himself.
You could. Why you don't want that? You too bitter around here sometimes. So week 11 starts on Thursday with should be a good game. Derrick Henry led Titans against the Christian Watson led Green Bay Packers.
One trick pony.
They're walking against the Cowboys.
He ain't gonna do that again.
Who you guys going with on this game?
I'm gonna go to Titans on this game.
Where this game is?
Green Bay.
I'll keep it up with Green Bay.
I game with Titans.
That's how I like it.
I give it
Let
Titans.
me get head start again.
I game with Titans.
I think Mike Vrabel gonna come out with a good defense for that nonsense.
I going with Green Bay. It's time for Aaron Rodgers to get his head in the game. So we got I going with Green Bay and Jizzle and Shane going with Derrick Henry and the Titans.
Vrabel ain't gonna leave no fucking Watson score no 3 touchdowns that he.
Agreed.
Well, that's true. We gotta see what's gonna happen.
I like how he the coach. I like how he the coach. How he the coach defense too.
So outside of that, any news and notes around the NFL? Ron Rivera undecided on the quarterback one.
But you better vote with Heineke. He won. He
He
won.
he just trying to do shit.
Just vote with Heineke. Got a judge.
Exactly,
But they two again were past happy with Wentz.
Yeah.
After a while, I realized let's run the football because that offensive line can hold up against the pass, but they could fucking run block.
Mm-hmm.
So
we need to see it there and not much other news going on. I know the guy from the Broncos suing somebody, the Chargers.
yeah,
The Chargers, well, the NFL.
Suing the NFL and the Chargers there. So
That's who opened up Pandora's box.
and I think Deshaun Watson is back to practice on Wednesday with the Cleveland Browns.
Yep.
yeah, that's another one.
The Chargers release a running back, and I think the Texans picked him up.
Yeah, Eno Benjamin.
Benjamin. Yeah, the Texans picked him up.
We pick up some quarterback and send him to a practice squad. I don't even know the name of the person.
Ain't much news, that going on right now.
Yeah, I don't think he got much news there, but I mean, outside of that, that's it from me, from my points. Like I said, next show is Saturday night. We'll do our game day previews on Shane is playing the Cardinals in Mexico.
Monday
night game. Also, we could talk about yours. Jizzle, you playing Indianapolis in Indianapolis or at home?
I think it's in Indy.
That probably is a 1:00 game.
Yeah.
And we are headed to BMO to upset the Lamar Jackson led Ravens with Chef Baker at the helms. Because PJ Walker got a mysterious high ankle sprain. I don't know how you get it out of a sudden.
So even after this last We are a negative 6.5 point favorite. Should be a double digit favorite, right?
Yeah, but of course you guys gonna be thing.
Should have
Negative
been.
6. Should have been a double digit. Should have been a negative 10.5 point favorite or something like that.
Yeah, dropping the rankings after that loss.
Yeah.
So
Right.
basically, I mean, I know the Ravens. The Ravens like a 12-point favorite against me.
I'm gonna tell you now.
Yeah, I think they're like a 12-point favorite against us. Check it out.
Bias? A what
Yeah.
the ass?
Now I tell you,
That means the Raiders scoring gonna beat you by 14.
it never happened. We elite. So we elite.
I know who the hell are
So
you gonna hold them up, but okay.
who's he? We got Derek Brown up the middle. He can't run, and then he gonna run and spoil the bone side, then spoil the bone, sack him and walk up. Well, he could run on the other side. We ain't got nobody over there. He could run on the right side all the time. Then that gonna walk. But he can't run up the middle or to the left. So we got him.
Mark Adjus playing?
I don't know. Hopefully not, because Jeremy Chin should be back and he's shut down likely. They gonna shut down whoever stupid quarterback wide receiver they put out there. So I think we might win the game like 14-10. I think they could get to that. Lamar gonna have to run for about 300 yards. So we'll see. I will talk about that on Saturday when we get all the final injury report and all kind of stuff. We'll
Thank God we
deal with
don't.
that.
Thank God we don't drink on this show, cause
But
I don't know what else you say.
we're the
I know
Raiders fan. We should ask him.
I know, Tor, you told me that Mariota gonna ride me, beat me off Thursday night.
I don't think I have seen Mario gonna beat you.
We said the
Not
Falcons.
Mario.
You pick the Falcons though.
Yeah, but
He's
not
part
from
of
Mario.
it.
Not Mario. I didn't see Mario.
How you telling me to lose that game then?
I use the Panthers, dog.
Look what you say. What I don't understand that. I use the Panthers, dog. What you trying to say that, KG?
You're not a good team.
Ah, boy.
I don't know what the problem is.
Just wait till Chef Baker just unleash on these Ravens Sunday.
Chef Baker
Oh,
didn't
no.
start. Chef Baker didn't start the season.
He get injured.
Mm.
It's all about Sammy D, to be honest. Sammy D gonna come in that game and light up the Ravens. So I expect a 34-20. No, we're gonna run the ball too much. We can't score 11 points. 24-20 Ravens.
Okay. I had
That's it.
let me get out of here before he got delirious.
Just wait, man. Just wait. All right, so that's it from us. Like I said, we're gonna head on to Saturday, 8 o'clock usual time.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about our previews and also a little bit about towards this game. But like I said, be sure to like and subscribe the page. And if you ever want to join and talk football with us, you can always DM us on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, and just keep the page going.
Right.
So that's it for me. I don't know if you guys got anything else.
Viva la Mexico.
Fire
Awesome.
Johnson Gannon. Fire he.
That ain't gonna happen.
That ain't happen.
Gannon is
I
by.
know it ain't happening, but Jesus Christ.
Unless I gotta wait till off season somebody pick him up.
But
Yeah,
even if the season happened, I mean, they ain't gonna fight him. Like you said, we gotta wait for somebody to pick him up. I hope.
Got Gannon is by. That's why.
I hope he go.
All right.
Yes. All right then.
That's
So,
it from us.
we'll see you guys on Saturday. We'll talk about the Thursday night game. We'll put in the rest of our picks. And then see how it goes after that. All right. Peace out.
Jordan Davis, hurry up, come back. Peace.